Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. Today I am back on the grind with getting through all of the older S.H.Figuarts that I haven't reviewed yet. So today we're going to be doing two Dragon Ball figures today, which will be the Chichi figure as well as the Launch figure. Now this is the only time they've ever had posable figures, and you know, it's fair for Launch especially. Doesn't have too much to do. She's fairly insignificant in the grand scheme of things, but still a fan favorite character. Chichi, it's a little bit of a shame that we haven't gotten a more modern release of her, and specifically not like the child version of Chichi, which I think take it or leave it, but I think it would be good to do an end of Dragon Ball Chichi. She doesn't have a big role throughout Z, like she's an important character, but I don't know what you'd do for a figure of her for Z. But if you did an end of Dragon Ball era Chichi, I think there's a lot that you can do, and I think it would be worth making a figure of her at some point. But we haven't had an actual like Dragon Ball S.H.Figuarts in a long time, so I don't know where we're at with that sort of thing with the line, so that's just my 2 cents on it before we get into this review. So first up, taken out of the box, here's what Launch comes with. So we get the figure itself, we get an alternate head sculpt for when she sneezes and changes personality, and we get 5 faceplates. Some are like they're specific to each face, so unfortunately you can't really have blonde sneezing face. I think it's only the blue head sneezing face. You also get a Dragon Ball as well as a gun. As for Chi-Chi's loadout, you get the figure itself. There's 4 faces, a Dragon Ball, and several different hands. You do also get a stand to hold up her removable accessory. And taken out of the box and put on display here are the figures, and they look pretty good, all things considered. Pretty much as show accurate as I can tell. They look pretty good. I do actually like the proportions on the Chi-Chi figure, because for a long time the kid figures for Dragon Ball, particularly the Goku and Krillin, because they're the same body type, the joints made them look really disproportionate, whereas the Chi-Chi here looks fairly good. Size-wise might not match too well because the Dragon Ball figure proportions were sort of all over the place, and it's only more recently that they've been able to make smaller scale figures sort of fit within the rest of the S.H.Figuarts scale properly. Now for posability, Launch has got a ball joint in the head and neck. Her hair can move just a little bit. Her arms can rotate all the way around. There's a bend at the elbows, ball joint at the wrist. Can't really butterfly too much. There's a ball joint in the chest, which allows for some crunching. She can do the splits that far. There's a swivel at the upper thigh. She can kick forward that far and back that far. Bend at the knees, pivot at the ankles, and hinge at the toes. Nothing too crazy. The sort of standard posability that a lot of the female S.H.Figuarts body types had for a long time. It's not exciting in any way, but it's perfectly serviceable for the figure itself. Now Chi-Chi, she's got a ball joint in the neck, somewhat limited by her hair and just the general sculpt. Her shoulder pads are sort of like soft floating pieces, so they don't get in the way too much, but I wouldn't recommend rotating the arm all the way around. They can bend at the elbow, ball hinge at the wrist, slight crunch in the chest. She can kick forward and back that far, do the splits that far. She's got a thigh swivel, bend at the knees, pivot at the ankle, and her cape is a soft material, no wire or anything like that, just a floppy piece of felt, very similar to the style that the Lego figures tend to use. It's a bit thicker than that, but it feels like something like that, so don't expect much from the cape at all. Now for faces, Chi-Chi comes with a smiling face out of the box, a mouth open happy face, or sort of like shy face because her cheeks are a bit flushed. She's got a shouting face, as well as an eyes closed, wider mouthed shouting face. Launch has got a smiling face out of the box. She's got an open-mouthed smile, as well as a sneezing face. The yellow-haired, angry, sort of tough girl, Launch, has got a slight smirk, as well as a teeth-clenched angry face looking to the side. So nothing too crazy, you can get what you need out of these figures for sure. The Launch is fun due to the expressiveness of the figure. Slightly more faces would be appreciated, but it's perfectly fine as is. Of course, Launch also comes with a Dragon Ball, and it's nice. All of the detail on her is pretty good. Just, I do prefer her over the Chichi because she is a little bit more expressive and I care more about the character, even if she did sort of vanish by the time Dragon Ball ended. The Chichi I'm a little bit more iffy on. She does have a gimmick where you can remove the blade from her helmet and prop it up with a stand so she's throwing it. It does look very, very awkward because there's no particular way to do it, so you can just see like a very visible stand just claw holding the blade, so not really my favorite display option. The expressiveness of the figure is fine, but I don't particularly like Kid Chichi. It feels like a old design that is better left in the past, because I didn't really like the style of, you know, the Dragon Ball kids bearing a lot of skin. It is, you know, again, a product of its time, but again, not my favorite look of Chichi. Do prefer end of Dragon Ball Chichi in general, and it is a more iconic look for her. And look, I completely understand this is, you know, recreating a figure of the time, but, you know, I'm just not a big fan of it. And the figure itself is just fine. It's nothing too crazy and nothing to write home about. It's just fair. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed that video, and I will see you all next time. Oh, hi, I didn't see you there. As you can see, I'm hard at work making new videos for the channel. Now, while I'm happy with where the channel is right now, I could use your help. By liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel, it helps out the YouTube algorithm and recommends my channel to more people. So if you like any of my videos, please let me know, it really helps out. And if you liked this one, please let me know too. It means a lot to me, and I really, really appreciate all of you guys.